Hello, everyone. It has been 8 weeks post-show. I have not recorded an update on how my reverse diet is going. I've just been so busy and it's like taken me a minute to get my shit together and grab my camera and have some time to just tell you how everything has been going. So today, the day I'm recording, is officially 8 weeks out from my show. So how have things been going? Well, the 2 weeks after the show, I left for vacation. So we got back from the East Coast on Saturday, I think, and then we left on Wednesday for Greece for just under 2 weeks. So I was really nervous to travel like directly after my show, especially knowing that I was going to take a break competing. I just felt nervous about my ability to control what I'm eating, control how much I'm eating, and of course, just like being away from home and in another country, it's just, there's a lot of variables. And also, we were going for my husband's birthday, and there were a lot of friends joining us. So I knew I would be drinking a lot of alcohol. It was just going to be that kind of trip. So I did the best I could while not feeling like I was sacrificing much. So I basically, I know it sounds bad for those of you who don't drink, but I drink like every single day alcohol. And I mean, I'm not like getting wasted, but every day is like at least a few glasses of wine or a variation of things. So I drank, I ate rather healthy. I mean, we're in Greece and it's mostly a Mediterranean diet, considering I eat mostly plant-based anyway, with exception of fish. So I'm not eating like, you know, beef or fried foods or cheeses or desserts or any of that stuff. So just by default, like I tend to eat a little bit healthier, but I did not like really hold anything back. And I felt really great. And it's pretty amazing how, if you've traveled to Europe, the way that your body reacts to eating foods, whether it being like foods you're not used to eating or a ton of carbs and bread, like the way your body feels eating food in Europe compared to how it feels here is just insane. Even when I got back home into my healthy diet, still eating like whole foods, my stomach just felt bloated. So it's pretty crazy. Anyway, I weighed myself a few days after I got home, and I gained 3 pounds from when I weighed myself before we traveled during peak week. So I was very happy to see and know that I didn't go off the rails. I didn't gain so much weight. I actually felt really good. So since then, I have not weighed myself, and it's just been for a couple of reasons. Number one is I've still been eating really well. I set myself back to like a 1600 calorie diet. My BMR is probably like 1725 or something. So I set it a little low, and mostly because I know there will be like off meals or drinks, wine here and there that I will account for. So I wanted to keep myself like pretty well controlled as often as I can. But I'm still allowing myself to have like treats here and there and like not feel super guilty about things. So I have just really been enjoying that. And I feel like the reason why I haven't weighed myself is because my clothes still fit relatively well. Like my shorts are still fitting, like I know you probably can't see me here, but I just feel like my stomach feels pretty flat still. I started working abs again, so actually, like, hopefully my abs are getting a little bit stronger. I just feel overall good. So I don't want the scale to change the way that I see myself or change the way that I feel. My workouts have been great. I've been very consistent there. So I just feel like, the weight is going to be what it's going to be. It's going to settle on what it's going to settle on. And I was always curious, and I always had a lot of confidence in my ability to do this, but I was always curious, like, how I would go back to eating or approaching foods or approaching meals after I'm done competing or when I take a long break. And I feel like I've done that really, really well. I haven't obsessed over anything. I've incorporated like a lot of different new good foods into my diet, like a lot of seeds and lentils and beans and just like healthy foods that I wanted to eat for so long. A lot of tempeh, a lot of tofu, just some of these foods that don't really fit into prep because the macros are not well balanced for prep life. So I have just been really enjoying that and loving my diet choices, loving my eating choices. And then as far as workouts, Anna and I have still been doing our twice a week. We've been hitting it hard, which feels amazing. Oh, I should say, when I was in Greece also, I think I worked out like once. We went on a couple hikes, and I think I actually went to the gym like once, maybe twice, but my whole plan there was to just like decompress and give my body some time to like recover and relax. So back to the gym here. We're hitting it hard twice a week, and I decided to go down to 1 day a week for upper body. And that's because I just always feel like my upper body is like really big. It gets like very big, and not just muscular. If you can see now, like I tend to hold fat in my arms. And so with muscle, with fat, I also tend to hold water in my arms. So like that combination just makes me look really thick up top. And maybe this goes back because I was a swimmer in high school, but just like this less than ideal upper body that I'd like to have for myself. Like it doesn't look as feminine. Although I like to have muscle, I don't want to go like to nothing. But I decided that I'd like to bring it down just a little bit to not look like as broad of an upper body. So 3 days a week, basically hitting the weights pretty hard. And in terms of cardio, I just decided to like reduce my cardio to 30 minutes a day and kind of do whatever days I feel like. And it just so happens that when you have the flexibility to do whatever you want, you like find the things that you love to do again. So I've been doing a lot of like Peloton spin classes. I've been doing a lot of running. I don't remember how much I talked about it in my last video, but I am absolutely getting back into running and I love it. I'm so excited. I just signed up for a half marathon on October 5th in Pacific Beach, which is where we live. So it's like perfect beach half marathon to get myself back into it. I did a 7-mile long run last Saturday. I'll do 8 miles tomorrow. And I've been running with the PB Run Club. And the vibe, I'm just so excited about it. I love it. My body is like, it's taking a toll a little bit on my knees are a little sore. My like back is a little sore. And I think it's just because of the stress of running on your body. But nonetheless, like I am loving running. So I'm so happy to be doing that. So I'll be doing the half marathon in October and then probably training for a full marathon in January. That's at the end of January. So I actually told Anna that we typically work out Monday mornings and Friday mornings. And so I just told her I need to move my Friday to Thursday so I can have a day of recovery before my long runs, which will be on Saturday as I progress in my training program. So that has been really good too. So all in all, I guess I've been just feeling like amazing. I literally feel so happy to be engaged back into my life. And I feel like when I say this kind of stuff, like it means that I didn't enjoy prep or I felt like it was a burden, and I did not at all. Like prep and competing comes with very many sacrifices, and I embraced all of them very, very much. And I loved every second of it. Okay, maybe not every second, but like I loved it as a whole. I love the process. I love the competing. I love the competition and the self-improvement, everything that comes with it. It was a blessing that came into my life, and probably something that I will do again if I'm honest with myself. But to have this freedom back after 3.5 years of being able to enjoy the summer and travel and go out with friends and go to happy hours and just literally live my life not revolving around food has been like just this like really joyous feeling for me. And so I've embraced it so much. Just to be able to go the whole weekend without having to worry about like packing my food or what I'm going to eat and like all of that just that comes with it. It's so liberating and I have been enjoying it. And so has my husband and so have my friends. So we have made the most of it and we will continue to do so. So that is it. Oh, I wanted to mention, I'm going to make another video about it. So this isn't too long and just for anybody who cares or doesn't care, but I started my peptide therapy. I had mentioned in my last video that I was going to try a peptide called tesamorelin. I have officially been on it now for a month, and I won't go into it because I'll save it for my other video. If you're interested, I just check it out. I'll probably post it like in the next couple days, but it has not really done much for me yet, and it's FDA approved to help with visceral belly fat. I don't carry a lot of visceral belly fat. You know, if it could take body fat out from everywhere else, I prefer that more. But this is for visceral body fat. But but it's supposed to help with like energy, endurance, like sleep, all these other things. I haven't experienced much benefit, and it is making me hold a lot of water. So like my rings normally slide right off. They are not coming off at all. My face is super puffy. And so it's supposed to be transient, the water hold, but that's another reason I wasn't want to weigh myself, because I hold water a lot just naturally. And so now in addition with the peptide, I'm sure I'm just holding a lot. So I don't want to think about it, not out of sight, out of mind, but I don't want to put any weight on it. It's a 4-month treatment. So even though we're 1 month down, we have 3 to go. You know, I'm hoping to see some benefit from it. But anyway, I'll talk more in detail about that in my next video. Right now, I'm about to make some protein ice cream. I think I talked about it in a prep video, but my Ninja Creamy, I'm obsessed with. So every day, it's supposed to be like overnight, but every day, like around 11 a.m. or 12, if I'm home, I will make it, because if I have it then at like 8 p.m., I don't know, I really like that consistency of it and the texture of it. So I use 350 grams of almond milk. And then I love this protein powder. If anybody's on the market for a new protein powder, this is called, the brand is Birdman. And what I like about it is, well, it's plant-based, first of all. It's 23 grams of protein for 120 calories, so pretty consistent with a lot of the proteins that are out there. But what I like about this is that there's no sugar, no added sugar, no added sweetener. The sweetener that they use is organic monk fruit extract. So it doesn't have like that fake sugar taste that I know a lot of people don't like. I actually like it, but it's nice just not to have it. And then in this one, where does it say? Because it's literally like 7 ingredients, which I love. It says it on the website. I don't know if it says it on here, but the fact that it only has like 7 ingredients is amazing. So I just feel like it's really good for digestion. Okay, I'm sure it says somewhere on here, but I'll say to you guys. But it's really good for digestion. Like yesterday, no, on Wednesday, I had a protein shake about an hour and a half before I ran 4 miles. And I thought my stomach would be like a little upset when I was running. Nothing at all. Like I actually forgot that's what I had. So I know a lot of people can experience digestion issues with different protein powders. So it's always good to share. Like if you're on the market for a protein powder, check it out. I have both the chocolate that I like from my Ninja Creamy, and I also have the vanilla flavor. And then I use some of this Jell-O white chocolate pudding mix. This is like a standard recipe that you can get on YouTube if you look at Ninja Creamy recipes, but luckily this Jell-O pudding mix is plant-based, which is great. So I just mix in, so I use 350 milliliters of milk, 40 grams of protein, and I use 5 grams of this pudding mix. Most of the recipes on YouTube will say 10 grams, I think, of the pudding mix, but I've only used ever 5, and it tastes perfectly fine. And then once I blend it tonight, well, I'm blending it now, sorry. But once I turn it into ice cream tonight, I will add in cacao chips, just because they're really good for you. It's like a superfood, and they have a good amount of fiber. And I love the crunch of it, even though they're bitter. So I've been using that, but I will also use like dairy-free chocolate chips, just depending on kind of what I feel like. Anyway, this is amazing if you don't have a Ninja Creamy. I know it's about to be like fall, winter, so nobody wants ice cream probably, but it is so good. Like I would highly, highly recommend it. Anyway, that's all. I will check in with you guys in a little bit just to let you know how, again, this reverse is going and anything new that comes up. But as always, I love and appreciate your support. Thank you guys for following along on the journey. Continue to do so, and check out my video on the peptides if you are interested in that. And I will talk to you next time.